Why hello and welcome back to another episode of Voice of the Rings. I'm your host and guide, Zollin, Ironshield, and this is a LOTRO guide. And today, as I promised, we're going to do a guide video here on the delving system. Now, I will say I have not done many instances with the delving system yet, so I may have a follow-up video in the future for some more details. But again, I'm going to do a real quick, off the cuff for you people who don't want to be here super long. And then we're going to go over the notes. I will link them in the description as well, straight from the LOTRO team about their new ideas, new system, the LOTRO wiki, including the LOTRO.com media file, and then we're going to talk about some stuff right now, okay? So, the goal of their whole idea with the delving system was to give end-game content. So it came out with the BTS, right before the Shadow. Real quick little history thing, right? We all know that. Came out with the new expansion, but they wanted to give something new to to players that are longtime players, end-game content. We wanted some more end-game content. They wanted to do stuff that isn't just the PvP zone or raids, right? They wanted something you could do and challenge yourself and do more as you go along, as you play. So the goal of the new delving system, and again, you're welcome to leave comments and stuff you've already learned with the game too, as well. I know John Hammer will want to leave a comment. One of my loyal commenters. I appreciate it. But what we're going to do is today is I'll just talk about a few things. So pretty much it is an increased difficulty level, okay? So for example, this one, the Glimmering Deeps, there's always been a tier 3 and stuff in tier 2, but now you're going to be able to launch into tier 4 once you get certain items to get into that certain level. And let's talk about it so we don't get too confused. So the first things first is I got a quest here. We'll start with this quest. And the quest basically tells you to go to one of these places around Cardalin or Swanfleet, right? What lies within? I showed you I got it in the same guide video I talked about the gifts. They're kind of giving out to everyone now at certain levels, right? After the BTS update, that kind of stuff. But it is this quest. We're going to read it real quick because it is pretty cool. So it says, let me make it a little bigger here for you guys. All right. After assessing the stone and almost falling under the sway of the swirling miasma within the gem, you decided to bring it to one of the mission givers. Perhaps this is something that they have seen before that can help you identify the cause or purpose of the darkened gem. All right. Again, I'll have a link to a timestamp to a couple different spots in this video too, if you don't want to hear this information. Background: after completing a mission quest, you found Zircon, that's what it is, with a conspicuous darkness embedded in the gemstone. After carefully examining it, you decided to seek out someone who might be able to determine why the darkness seems to swirl and move with the gem. Perhaps one of the mission givers can give you an answer. All right. So I came to this guy. The reason I came to this one, as you can see, if I hover my thing, it's flashing little rings all over the map. And I believe they're also in Swanfleet. There's a couple in Swanfleet as well. The reason I came here is there's also another vendor here. And if I remove the quest thing for a second, I'm kind of sitting on top of it, but there is a delving reward vendor here. And I believe they are in other spots too on this map. If you notice, there's one there. There's one there, right there. They're all around. So I just came to this one because it was closest for me right now. You're asking, are they in the newer areas too? Well, let's just find out, won't we, right here? All right, let's just see. Do we have the new vendors here too? I'm just curious if they're in this area. I bet you they are. I bet you they are. I don't see it in Bree, but at least we know they're in the new areas because it comes with the new expansion, right? The delving system update and stuff. But so now we're gonna turn this quest in. All right, we're turning it real quick here. So we don't. What can I do for you? What can I do for you? Glad you've returned, Zollin. This little gem has a darkness inside. Can you see it swirling there below the surface? I like they have a little story with it, right? I can. Gives me a chill every time I think that force could have woken such darkness in the stone. Makes me think you and the others like you, always willing to risk yourselves for the good of the many. That's what we try to do. You see, I think there is a chance that these might root out true malicious creatures. Oh, okay. Lurking in the shadows. Again, these items will allow you to do certain things, and we'll talk about that in just a moment. I've already studied that. I have worked with a few others, and we put our assets together to prove rewards worthy adventurers like you. If you can find more of these gems and release the darkness, he's basically telling you how the system works, from within them, we might all turn a profit. The gems are beautiful inside. From the terrible flaw that they've been likely fetch some good coin when cleansed. Take one out of the missions to see if you can find ways to cleanse them. Finish. All right, okay, again,
Might I take a
he has a mission right
time?
here, right? He says, complete the mission, Ruins of Gaverin, whatever. Now, that is obviously here. So I'm assuming that every single one of these guys around the place might have different quests to do, each of these little spots, these little guys around Cardolin or around Swanfleet, right? Little side note. I'm going to do it here, though, so I'm going to accept that quest, all right? So, boom, we'll accept that quest. All right, now that we have the quest there, it says right here, be careful, Zollin. Brigands copy those runes. Well, maybe it doesn't matter. So, twist, none. There is no twist in this mission. Travel now. I'm not sure why what twist means yet. Let's just hover it and see. Does it tell me anything about it? No, I'm not going to travel yet because I want to talk about, this is a guide video, right? So then you need to go to these vendors, right? They're all around the world. They've got some great rewards, right? So obviously when you start collecting these things, you can bring them in here. If you have a cracked zircon, right? You come to this guy, a delving zircon. So obviously you trade cracked ones into delving, right? So I'm assuming when you're in these instances, you'll probably collect more. But right now, if I hover the one in my inventory, I have a delving zircon, so I don't need to turn it in. I already have a full solid one. So I'm assuming the cracked ones are probably you get it during the raid. And it says a cracked right there. Now it runs through this gem, shadow swirled, but it may still hold value, yet persist. Okay, so you might be able, so now that I have a real one though, it says a level 140 item. And I'm just going to ever so slightly turn down that music because it's just a little too loud. So if we look at this item, this is where the important happens, okay? Though this gem has value, it appears to have greater value. Insert this into a delving stone to increase the delving difficulty to level 1. So this obviously is how you pump up an instance, right? The new delving system. You need these to pump up the system, okay? We will try to do that in a minute here. And if you see here, we have all sorts of different kinds of gems. You can also apparently use an item to trade. You can bring in a bag of silver coins to actually get one, which is kind of cool because normally you can buy bags of, you can get these from instances. So what they've done is instead of turning you could turn these coins in, these bags, to just get real money in-game money. But now what they're doing is you could bring this bag to pay for one of these gems from the dwarf or from one of the traders to up an instance to get into the delving system, to get to the higher levels of that instance, right? Because the whole thing is it's previous instances that they're upping to where you could do harder difficulty with your friends or with your right? So that's how you're going to do it, guys. You're going to get these gems. You're going to bring these bags of money that you normally would get in a skirmish or a raid or an instance. Bring them in to get more of these to open things. Increases, insert this to increase. This one increases it to difficulty level 4. That's crazy, right? Difficulty level 3. So there's different difficulty levels. Again, I'm assuming difficulty level 5, level 6. That's crazy. Level 7. All right. So obviously it goes all the way up to a level 10, which is like, whoa, does it go higher than that? No. So there's up to 10 difficulty level increases. I think it probably depends on the instance that you put it in. So this is the big part that's important. Then if you come to these barter guys, what do you get from doing these things? So now that you kind of know about the delving stones, right? Which is what they're calling them, delving stones or gems or crystals. They're kind of opal, amethyst. They're kind of like both what they have here. But they have heavy, medium, light armor. So if I'm a guardian, here's the armor I can get. Let's look. I'm curious what it looks like. All right. It looks really, really cool, actually. Look at that. And you obviously need to get these delving rights. A right of accomplishment given to those who completed or removed the corruption tainting delving stones. So I'm assuming you insert the delving stone, do the thing, and then you probably get these rights in replace of it, right? You may also be able to trade them. There's also recipes, high-level recipes for, obviously, look at that, for crafting different tracers, which is cool. So again, this is end game stuff you're gonna be able to get with this. Higher rewards, right? You could do a lump of brilliant silver and alloyed with white and gold mithril. This lump of metal is small, but could be used in restoring long forgotten jewelry. So it's an item to obviously craft. So now we know where there's higher level crafting stuff, right? For jewelers, that's cool. There's jewelry here you can directly trade for. You could also apparently trade a cloak that you earn. So I'm assuming you probably earn, oh, excuse me, there's the lump of silver. So maybe it's not for crafting. I take that back. This lump of gold and silver is one of the trading things to get this material. Again, I would like, Shining Stone, if you're listening, I would love some updates to the crafting. Like, the crafting's already good in this game, but I would love more where crafting is a big way you can get really good gear too. Maybe with work through the delving system, like you get one of these items, you can craft a different kind of armor only through crafting instead of the ones you get through the delving system. That could be cool. Side note. All right, there's cosmetics for your house. You can get pet animals and delving and music and some other stuff and maps to get to Swan Fleet and all that kind of stuff. Cool. So anyway, you need to go to these traders to get this stuff, okay? So now we're gonna hop over real quick to here. I will link this in the description again. I also have a thing here again talking about those items, all right, that I was just talking about with the delving. Here we go. Some of the items, but again, you don't really need to know this. This isn't gonna be as helpful as what I just talked about with the trader, okay? Delving, what is the delving? All right, you can read this all yourself. I don't want to make the video super long reading this whole thing, but their whole goal is what I kind of reiterated at the beginning. They wanted it to feel good to do things that aren't just raids, right? It's great to have a raiding group. It's really fun, but what if you have a group of 3-6 friends? You just want to get end game level gear. Maybe it's not as good as the raid gear. By the way, they make a comment that they're not replacing raid gear, all right? They do make a comment right here that they're not replacing it. See, delving system rewards do not replace the raid gear, so you'll still be able to get raid gear that might be slightly better than the delving. I don't know how they're doing that, or maybe a slightly different kind of gear. Maybe base one's a little different each class. The delving system should be even green. The delving system should support as many other systems as possible. These are their goals to the system, okay? Again, many more systems as possible, I'm hoping means the crafting system, okay? Time invested into the delving system should be significant, but equally as rewarding. So they want you to have some kind of end game thing that you could play a lot of the game, where you're not just like, okay, I'm done, have all my stuff, and I'm just gonna, I'll wait until the next expansion. They want you to be able to actually do something with your friends, right? Besides PvP, which is obviously a thing. Exploring the world is beautiful, yes. But what about those people who want to hardcore get stuff, right? That's what this is for. And they're going to expand on this. The delving system should be directed by a player choice. You shouldn't be forced to have to do the delving system to have good stuff. Again, I think they should work on making the crafting a little better too for endgame stuff. I think the best ways to get gear endgame should be crafting, this new delving system instances, and raids. I think that should be the thing. Maybe a respect thing here and there, right? Like you'd work really hard to get the respect from one area, but getting respect's not quite as much time as the other ones, so they should be a balanced amount of time. Crafting should be challenging, but once you're up there, you should be able to craft something easier than doing a raid or running the delving system to get gear, right? Maybe doing raids will be quicker, right? Honestly, if you have a good group. Maybe that will be one of the things. The delving system should be extensible, right? Extendable, yeah, I agree. It should be able to keep going. So anyway, this whole thing is a really, really cool. Here's what the delving stones look like. These are what you'll put the thing in, right? So it says right here, the evergreen system. An evergreen system are always available and should be. Yeah, their rewards need to be compelling. So this is a kind of a reward track, kind of like legendary item things. Again, they already have something if you're doing stuff daily or weekly that you can like turn in and get your legendary things. Or I have a guide video on that already. Which I'll do some more content on that in the future for you guys. To players, systems, again, you can read all this yourself. I'll link this in the description if you need more information. I just wanted to kind of go over it real briefly and tell you that this information is here. They do a good job of talking about it. I love this whole article about it. It was kind of hard for me to find this, so when I found it, I was like, I gotta share this with everybody during the guide video. On a matter of time and player choice. So here's all the information. Well, you know what they say about delving too deeply and too greedily. So, tier 10 and 9, they're basically saying you're probably not going to be able to complete these very much. Between 8 and 10, that's their joke here. Good. I like challenges. We want endgame challenges, right? This could be really fun for some videos together if you guys want to do it a live stream. Compelling, extendable. Okay, anyway, there's a lot. Here's the pretty stones, right? 5. 5 is the maximum and 1 is the minimum. What are the maximum number of skills or abilities added to monsters in a delving? So there's your answer. Did you say the abilities and skills of monsters rotate? Weekly. Okay, so things change. That's kind of cool. Again, it's going to be something to keep up on, enjoy. So there we go. I will link that in the description. So now, though, before we finish this video, why don't we go ahead and continue this quest and see what this beginning quest is for you guys, okay? He is bartering too, as you can see here. He's got some cosmetic things this guy will also barter for. He's got some jewelry, some very, very nice jewelry. Again, I have to start doing this on my main character because I do not have max gear. I've been too busy making other videos for you guys, which I love, but I gotta do it myself. I'll make some videos while I do it, or some live streams. We'll see. Be careful, Zollin. All right, let's find out here. They're gonna teach us right now the system, so we'll go through this now. And again, if you're not gonna stay for the whole thing, thank you so much for joining, and don't forget to like and subscribe if I did earn it, you guys. And I will have more on the delving system in the future. I hope this does explain, though. The biggest things you have to remember then are the new gems. Go to those barter people when you get them, get the gems, and you're going to go in the instance, and they're going to explain it right now while we're doing this instance, I'm sure. Defeat 15 brigands. All right, well, that shouldn't be too hard. Die, brigands! Nothing, you're no match for me. Why is my roar skill has flipped? They flipped them on me. Why are you over there? There we go. That's weird. It like flipped my skills around when they did the update. All right. So I'm supposed to defeat 15 brigands. I'm gonna bring some more here. By the way, we have 100% experience in monster games this week for a bunch of stuff, right? For the events. Got to keep an eye out for those weekly things. They're doing a really good job, LOTRO, for my guide videos here. They're doing a really good job of making LOTRO more and more like a weekly systems, right? Which is what people like. We want. Not only do we want an update every few months of a new region, new levels, that kind of stuff. We like weekly new things, right? It's always great to go back and explore beautiful areas you already know, but it's fun to do new things too. Which they've always done, but they're obviously focusing on much harder now, which makes me very excited. All right. Oh, I see. Oh, I see what happened with my skills there. Whoop. Yeah. That should work. All right, I need to kill, it says 6 more. So a few more. That's a wolf. I'm supposed to defeat brigands. Where are all the brigands? You guys are here for a guide video, not really for me slaying brigands. So I don't want to make this video too long. Again, that's why I will have timestamps for you. If you want to hop to the next pod, you're welcome to. Oh, I see. We're in the... Oh, okay. We're in this fortress. Cool. I need 2 more brigands. There's one. Ah, gotcha. Is that a brigand right out there? There she is. Dun, 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 dun. Surprise! All right, done. So now I get to go back and talk to him. All right, so let's see what the rewards are now for the guy video here. Well done. Travel back. All right.
Greetings.
I want to turn on my quest. Not. There we go.
What
You
can
have
I
done
do for
well,
you?
Zollin. As I agreed, you are deserving of payment. Take this, and know we are grateful. So again, we got some motes of enchantment, which are a good thing. Marks, all right, some marks there. Cool, cool. All right, it does look like that is a weekly mission. All right, or excuse me, daily. It resets, looks like at midnight-ish my time. And then I am very curious now, very curious, if we can get other quests from the other ones. See, missions completed. 145 weekly. There's the automated quests. All right, 1 out of 5. So look at that. There we go. So these guys have some things you can use right there. All right, we got missions. Okay, bonus crafting materials. Very cool. Those are our weekly things that are repeatable. And okay, very cool. So we have the all right, cool. Let's hop back over and just check. Baruch Kazad. All right, so we're back. We're over here at the village now. And I want to double check if they're with this one in Hearn, right next door. Let's see if there's a quest he can drop for us now. All right, dude. Again, these are missions. They're a little different than quests, you guys. Don't get confused from my guide videos. The mission ones have this little symbol right here. right? With the little like there's like a pirate, like, you know, what is it, little map there with the X on it.
Stay a moment.
All right, so weapons, again, another solo one. Complete this, more things to get. These are repeatable. Again, so you can go around and do all of these missions. I am not entirely sure if these missions are the same ones that you can do up here in Trestle Bridge, right? Over in the Wildwood. There's a missions area there too. They may be similar. I think they might be the same ones. But again, the delving system, you guys, is going to be basic when you go into here, right? You're going to need to probably most likely go into the instance ones. I'm assuming the non-scaling don't work for this. And then you can travel in and do some of these. So it's pretty cool. Pretty awesome. Again, when I'm doing some of them, I will make another video for the future to show you some of them, which I'm going to start doing them. But again, the big thing you need to remember are these, all right? These items here, a dark spot, zircon. Insert into the delving stone to increase the level of difficulty, all right? That's the one that is going to be, and I'm sure there's only certain instances right now that have it, but they are going to be introducing more and more instances that have the delving system. So anyway, very exciting, very cool. I will have some videos on different instances when I'm doing the delving ones. They'll probably be on a Leader LOTRO battle, not the guide playlist like this. But hopefully that helped you out. I know I don't have every little bit of detail of information there on it yet. Again, I have not done it myself totally. I'm getting cheered at by people. Maybe they know who I am. But anyway, you guys have a great day in Middle-earth. Hopefully this does help you out for those new players, because again, it's brand new to all of us, the new delving system. I'm very excited about it. I will do a even more in-detailed guide video on it, and I will do some instance runs on the battle playlist for you in the future. You guys have a great, wonderful day in Middle-earth. Thank you to my wonderful Patreons for their support. Subscribe buttons there. Next episode for guides up there, and a LOTRO Tale with voiceovers is over there. And we'll see you in the next episodes of Voice of the Rings. Kazad I menu. Have a great day, you guys. Thanks for watching the whole video.